Incidentally, you mentioned like these groups that only allow certain races to be executives and what have you. I believe there's a word for groups like that. I believe it's called racism. That's in my opinion.
But it's their organization, and they're pushing Hispanics forward.
I would agree with you to a point.
So, we can belong to it, but we just can't. And she wants your input, as a person that supports them. And I don't have a problem with that.
What if an organization, Stephanie, just curious, what if an organization said whites only as the execs? Would that be okay?
Probably not.
There we go. And if it's good for one, it's good. It's either all okay or none of it. That's this crazy old libertarian's opinion.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But now, so in LULAC, it's a little bit different. They're not a totally Hispanic, which they are, but whites can serve and whatever. I've never been told I couldn't. So, but this is their thing or whatever. And they're caucusing as Hispanics. So
it just there's such a divide in the nation right now that organizations like this, again, in my opinion, widen that divide when you're saying you have to be this color to be one of us. No, that's matter of fact. I believe we fought a war over that.
I know, but
that was during your elementary school years, right, Stephanie? You weren't you in elementary school during the Civil War?
Probably, pretty close. I used to tell people I went to prison school. As compared to today, we had to stay on the right side of the hall. We had to go down the down staircase and not up the down staircase and bump into people. And teachers were in the hallway and they'd grab you by your shirt and bounce you down to the principal's office. They had a more, what do you call it, over the kids. That's why they said, "Where did you go to prison school?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, they wore black leather jackets and boots and chains." I said, "And those were the girls." I went to a very tough school.
Whenever stuff like that was permitted in school, if you got in trouble at school, God be with you when you got home.
Oh, no kidding. Well, they would call your parents,
right, and
say, Stephanie's down in the office and yada yada yada. They used to have raids of the boys and girls room. We had 5 minutes to pass, to our next class, and the vice principal all of a sudden would show up in the girls' room. The most they did there was smoking, and then they would take them down to the office, and we called him, the vice principal. He was in charge of vice. But and I think for me, I'm lucky I have a good sense of humor, and so my friend and I left the meeting, and she said, "Hey, let's go across to how did they pronounce it? Lescom's?"
I don't know.
It used to be the old Golden Corral. She said, "Yeah." So we went across the street, and I had a chicken parmesan, and then we had some creme brulee for dessert, and so
sounds good. Now I'm getting hungry.
The manager came over. I said, we blew Carinos." I said we opted to leave, and he goes, "Good for you, good for you."
Yeah, it's hopefully at some point things will get better, but like I said, with all this that's happening right now in the Democrat Party, the party is not going to gain any ground. When Brianna was running, she called me one day and she said, "Do you have a problem with me?" Well, words to that effect. With me being 21 years old. And I said, "Well, you have to understand where I'm coming from." I said, "I do think you're young, not too young, but anyway." I said, when I was young, a young person, I could only register to vote when I was 21. I was hardly prepared to run a county party at 21. Right. Yeah, no, I understand 100%.
Different age, and I said different situation. I said, but that's what I'm thinking. I would be ill prepared to register to vote and then run a county party. I don't think I could, Well, there are those that suggest that Brianna is nothing more than a figurehead or a puppet. I don't know. I can't
I can't prove that one way or the other, but I do know the words of other people.
Right, and people say a lot of things. They call me a loser too.
Well, but see,
they haven't called me a puppet. That's
no. Ain't nobody pulling your strings.
Heck no, I don't know. Yeah, Howdy Doody's got it all over on me.
There you go.
And Buffalo Bob, too.
Buffalo Bob.
I once told, I have a friend that she's very young. She's in her 20s, and she was a DACA person, and she's done a TED Talk. And she said, do you think you'd ever do a TED Talk? She's a lot smarter than I. She has a lot of education. I said, yeah, I might do one on Howdy Doody. And she goes, on Howdy Doody? I said, yeah, because you don't know what went on behind the scenes of the peanut gallery. Buffalo Bob used to tell the kids dirty jokes.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, oh, that might be a spicy TED Talk. I said, yeah, it might be. I don't know. But anyway, so I know who I am. I know what I've done. I know what I've accomplished. I know back in the day when I was the county chair, I set up the fair booth. I took down the fair booth. And then, people come up and say, the Democratic Party doesn't ever do anything. I said, I put up the fair booth, I took down the fair booth, and then I got crass and I said, and later I'm going to stick a broom up my ass and sweep the parking lot. Do you think they'd have done anything for the party?
Wow.
Why am I so damn tired?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And it's
right. So, it's not all about winning. It's all the stuff that, these fools here, they think they're so wonderful. They had two little dealies at the headquarters that we pay way too much money for. And then they didn't participate in the Mescalero parade, nor the parade in Alamogordo. So where's your presence? Fighting with each other and protecting somebody like Matt, who thinks he's, security, he has an MP hat on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, at least he's no longer the
treasurer.
Thank you. I'm not sure who thought it was a good idea to give that guy the checkbook.
She says the thing, we want to thank Matt for stepping up and being our temporary treasurer. I wanted to yell out, that's so much bullshit. You appointed him, and you got a lot of bad feedback, so now you appointed Mr. Swanson.
Yeah, and Swanson is much more reliable and trustworthy than Matt.
Well, and he served on the State Finance Committee and got them out of debt. So, he knows how to do that, but
he's
I don't know what Matt's deal is.
Well, Swanson is just as crooked as Matt. He's just better at hiding it, I think.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, who goes to someone's meet and greet and stay in the parking lot of the hacienda and take pictures of everyone's license plates? I mean, that's beyond, I don't know what.
I think they call that stalking.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then we went to the state convention, and he lurks in the back of the convention room. Like, I don't know, he thought, a fight's going to break out, or I don't know what creepy. He thinks, but he peruses the room and, acts like security. And I read a thing where he cannot carry a gun. I don't know if that's true or not.
I kind of wonder if Crescelius is maybe just a little cuckoo, Something's not right.
Might be one taco short of a combination plate.
Stephanie, I love talking to you. You just say it the way it is, and that's what I respect about you.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll get out of your hair. You probably got some dogs to groom. So,
well, I've got some stuff to take care of for sure, but I appreciate it. Whatever, people like you or hate you or whatever. I don't care.
That was actually what I tried to put in my high school yearbook. True story. They ask you for your quote. My quote was, "Whether you like me, love me, or hate me, I don't give a damn." And
that's what I tell people. My car's paid for, my house is paid for, so give me the best shot.
Yeah, there you go. But
my taxes are paid.
Yeah, taxes are paid. Your people are nuts. People are nuts. Anyway, Stephanie, well, you go take care of your business, and we will talk to you soon.
Right.
Okay.
All right, yeah, try to stay. What is it? My car says 85, so it hasn't jumped up yet.
No, I think the high today is 400 degrees, I believe, is the high today. Low tonight, 350. Put a roast out in the front porch, and it'll be done by dinner time, I tell you.
There you go. Well, you have a good day as well.
You do the same. Bye-bye.